Okay, folks, this is Tony Fapiano, and I'm coming to you again from the start of the Guilford Citizens Day Parade. Coming to you on Fair Weekend, and we've had the parade, I think, for
158 years.
That's the fair. Now, what about the parade? The parade is always going along with it.
158 years, because we did some research this year.
Let me stop. This is Nancy and Suzanne, two Rotarians who have taken over the unbelievable job of organizing this phenomenal parade.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you say it's how many years?
158.
Yeah.
And it started back when the fair started. They used to have the animals march through the parade, through the streets, and it formed a parade. So now we have a formal parade with 77 units.
Wow. Jean was just a little kid then, right?
I'm not going to say that.
We don't want to touch Jean. Is he watching? Does he watch this
I
stuff?
love my father-in-law.
Does he watch this stuff? He probably doesn't.
Yes, he does.
And Suzanne, you got roped into this too, because this was something that was Stephen Page and Frank Ivkovic and others for a number of years.
Yes.
You also joined in.
Yes. They appeared at our Rotary meeting thinking that they couldn't pawn it off to two people. They came to a committee, which was very wise on their part, and Nancy and I decided that we were going to take it on, and we have a committee, and we're satisfied with the committee, and it's fun, and it's getting bigger every year.
Yeah.
And if I can add on that, we should mention the committee members because they're amazing. Al Jacobs is our treasurer for the parade. And then we have...
Oh, my God.
He's good.
You're trusting Al with the money for the parade? Oh, okay.
And then we have Reef Teachin and Tom Terabile, who are really fabulous members of our committee.
Yeah. And you have a bunch of Rotarians out on the parade route directing traffic and setting people up, right?
They're the marshals, yes.
Okay. All right. I know that this takes a lot of effort. It also takes a lot of money to do this because you actually give prizes to the marching bands and all that stuff, right?
Right.
So talk about that a little bit, and then we want to talk about where does the money come from? Who's the sponsor for all of this?
Well, let's start with that because to me that's most important today. Guilford Savings Bank has contributed for years, and we are really thrilled because they will support this parade. We also received contributions last year and this year from the Guilford Agricultural Society, and therefore we changed our name back to the Guilford Fair Parade. We're no longer the Citizens Day Parade. We went back to the historic one, the Guilford Fair Parade.
I was confused because one of your emails said Citizens Day Parade,
right.
Another one said...
That's because of technology.
Fair Parade.
We had trouble changing one on technology.
Okay.
But it is the Guilford Fair Parade, and they are major contributors now. And of course, Rotary coordinates it and provides some funding.
Okay. But it is still open to all citizens.
Yes.
In the town of Guilford.
Yes, it is.
And businesses.
And people from Brantford and other, musical people come from different towns.
Okay, so what's the requirement for someone to be participant in the parade itself? What do you guys demand out of them? What do you want them to do?
They fill out an application, which is very easy to do. It takes about 2 minutes. And
yeah, easy for you.
It's online, so it's not hard. We have a website, www.guilfordfair.com, guilfordfairparade.com, and they just fill it out. It takes about 2 minutes, and then they're in the parade. If they have a vehicle, we do need proof of insurance.
Okay.
But other than that, they just come and have a good time.
Yeah, and you need proof of insurance. Why? I mean, what's the requirement? The town?
The town of Guilford.
The Rotary Club, what?
No, the town of Guilford requires $500,000 coverage per vehicle.
Okay. And that would be for every truck as well as every car?
Anything but a golf cart or garden tractor.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
And you get a bunch of politicians here every year, too, because it was just before election season, which is going to be very interesting this year, I think.
Exactly.
And in terms of do you know who's showing up? Do we ever know?
We do. Today's kind of a sad day because one of the mothers of one of our congresswomen, its funeral is at the same time.
Rosa Dolores' mother died.
Right, we're not sure exactly who will be here, but we invite all elected officials for local, state, and national to be at the front of the parade, and certainly both parties, Democrat and Republican, have cars and people marching today.
Okay. Well, the fact that Rosa is not here,
yes.
I think she's here.
She's here every time.
For almost all 158 of them. I won't say that, but I will say as long as I've been involved, which is about 28 years.
She marches on foot.
Right.
Yeah. And her mother was 103 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Well, our condolences go out to her and her family, and we do miss her, and we'll make note of that next year when we see her back here again, I'm sure.
Right.
All right, what else do you want to add about the parade and your organization, your committee, the money, what?
I just want to thank everyone that's involved. It's the most unique event because everyone has done it for so many years. They all know how to do it. People show up and do their part, and we don't have to worry about it. So thank you to everyone.
This was the easiest year ever for us.
We're getting
This is our
better
third
at it.
year. The first year we were, watching Frank and Steve. Last year we were on our own, and this year we're on our own. I think this went really.
I think I told you this already, Suzanne. 2 or 3 years ago was going to be my last year doing this on GCTV because it was 25 years. That's enough. You had enough of me, all right? But because you guys took it over and it was Rotary, I said, well, I'll stick it out for another year or two. So here I am. But this is the last year I will be doing this.
I know you say that, but we're going to work on your time.
And I spoke to Shannon already at GCTV, and she is going to start recruiting people to take over, and I'll help them.
Well, then let us thank you because you've done a fabulous job for a long time.
It remains to be seen how fabulous. We'll see how this thing turns out at the end.
We appreciate it.
You never know. There's a lot of surprises.
But thank you so much.
We'll miss you a lot, though. You do a very
I'll
good.
still be at the Rotary meetings on Wednesday.
No, but you do this fun, really nicely.
We have fun. That's the thing. We have fun doing it.
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
key.
let's appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for everything you've done.
Thank
And
you.
it's going to be a great parade.
Thank you.
All right, Lucas. Okay, folks, as was mentioned in the opening interview, this parade is open to citizens, businesses, nonprofit, you name it. And you guys, the Nutmegger Chimney Service, Chimney Sweeps from Guilford, you've been in this parade a long time.
33 years in business.
Get a little closer to me.
33 years in business, and we enjoy this. Our neighbors walk in the parade. My wife does all the props, and I kind of hide behind the steering wheel. But I love the town. I love the people, and it's just a fun thing to be a part of.
Yeah, well, we're great to see you every year. It really speaks well of you and the parade because we get a lot of repeat groups here. I mean, year after year, we get the same people, and then we get some new ones every year too. Sure. This year, I heard there's over 100 entries in the parade.
God.
So it's going to be huge.
But to me, it's just the town. I love the town of Guilford. I love the people, and just to be out here doing it is just a great thing.
So if somebody has a dirty chimney, how do they know that?
You look up, you can see if there's a tarry, glazy residue, or there's a thick coating of brown soot. That's kind of an indication.
And what do they do if they see that?
Call me.
And how do they do that?
It's just cell phone, number 203-453-1421.
All right, thanks so much.
I'm not here to make business.
All right, terrific.
All right, thank you.
Good to see you.
All right, you too.
All right.
Good job.
Okay, folks, I was just informed that we have somebody here who grew up in Guilford but no longer lives in Connecticut. You live in South Carolina now.
Correct. Yep.
And what part of South Carolina?
Just outside of Greenville.
And what's your name?
Lisa.
Okay. And you come back every year for the fair and for the parade?
Yes, I do.
Did
Yep.
you ever think you'd be on Guilford Community Television?
No.
But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. First of all, nobody watches this stuff. And nobody in South Carolina watches this. I can tell you that right now.
That's good.
Although I will add, this is going to go on YouTube.
Oh, boy.
So there's a possibility somebody may see it.
Okay.
Anyway, were you near the coast at all? Were you impacted by Irma?
We had very high winds, a lot of drizzly rain, but nothing that they predicted, thank God.
Yeah. You didn't
Yeah,
have
yes.
surges. You didn't have,
No. No.
Your roof is still on your house?
Oh, yeah. It better be still in the house, yes.
Of course, you haven't been home for a couple of days, right?
Word has it, everything's fine.
All right.
Yes.
Great to see you. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you very
All
much.
right.
Have a good day.
Okay, folks, we mentioned in the opening with the two chair people of this event, there's all kinds of floats. There's big floats, little floats, all kinds of floats. And you are, let me put this down for a minute. You are what I would categorize as a little float.
We are.
Okay, where are you from and what is it?
We are from Guilford Racket and Swim.
Yeah.
We're here to participate in the Commit to be Fit. And although my float is little, we're going to have many participants showing up soon to walk along and hand out tennis balls and hopefully
good.
get people to come out and be active with us.
All right, well, you know where Guilford Savings is.
I do.
We'll be stationed over there as we videotape the actual parade. So make sure you give us a couple of tennis balls.
I sure will. I definitely will.
Now, are you involved with the swimming program?
No, I'm one of the tennis pros there.
This guy's one of your stars. I don't know if you know that or not. That's Lucas. He's a big-time swimmer over
All
there.
right,
Yeah.
all right. Well, you're
for
gonna
you and for the Y.
Gonna have to come join us in the summer.
Yeah, he's there every summer. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Melissa Page.
Okay, Melissa. You're a Page?
I am.
Like a Page Hardware
I am.
Page? Or
That-
Page Insurance? Page
Andrew Page is my husband.
Oh, Andrew. I happen to know Andrew. How's business?
It's okay.
It's okay?
Yes.
All right. Terrific guy, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Melissa.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, folks, the assembly route is starting to fill up now, and one of the floats that actually has a lot of kids on it right now is Calvin Leet. Is that correct?
That's Calvin Leet School.
You're the
Fourth
principal.
graders. I'm the principal, Bill Grimm.
Bill?
Yep.
You always get a lot of enthusiasm and the kids really love to do this.
Yeah, they love it. It's a fourth grade project, and the kids work on it for the past couple weeks, and everything you see are projects that the kids worked on. So
Yeah, well, that's good. That's fantastic because, it brings them into the community, obviously, but it also gives them some sort of teamwork, I assume. You're trying to get that concept.
yeah, definitely. They work together after school, a couple weeks or a couple days each week, and then they pull it all together yesterday, and they're ready to go. They're excited.
Well, I got to tell you, you're relatively new at Calvin Leet. You've been there 3 years?
3 years, yeah. I'm going into my 4th year. So.
Yeah. And how has that been for you?
It's been fantastic. Love it.
You came out of East Haven, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, I was in East Haven for 8 years at the elementary level, and have just enjoyed my time so far here in Guilford.
Yeah. Well, Calvin Leet, we've had great experience. As you know, Lucas is a graduate of your school. He's now at Adams, believe it or not.
Yep.
Made
Hard
it
to
all the way
believe,
to Adams.
yep.
And, his brother Jordan is now in 3rd grade.
In 3rd grade, yep. And
And by the way, I think he's a better drummer than you. I happened to
he
be
may
there when you guys had that.
our drum battle. That was awesome. That was one of the highlights of my year last year.
Well, you know what? It's a highlight for these kids, too.
Yeah,
because to participate in something like that with the principal is a big deal.
Yep. Well, these 4th graders asked me if I would play my drums up on their float again this year. I said I'd love to, and I'm not sure what it has to do with being fit, but we're going to play a little heartbeat rhythm on the drums as we go down the parade route.
All right, let me cause some chaos here. Lucas, get over towards the kids. I'll get a shot of those kids. Hey, Calvin Leet students. Whoop, I'm just going to ask.
Yep.
What school is this? What school is this? I can't hear you. One more time. All right, almost. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. All right,
Take care.
hold that while I
I'll hold
jump
that
down.
for you.
Hopefully I won't. Okay, folks, I'm with another one of the floats, and I have a huge committee behind me here. All right, now that we got this energy, what school is this? Guilford! Oh, I didn't hear that. Oh, okay. All right, let's go right down the line here. Who do we have here?
Amy Molesky.
Therese DiMatteo.
Amy Tansey.
Nicole Schlagheck.
Janine Sketches.
Bodie climbing.
Over here. Over here. You in Guilford Little League?
Harris Atherton. Cameron Forrester. Dylan Lai.
Now, you guys go to Guilford Lakes?
Yeah.
What grade?
4th.
Fourth? Fourth. Okay. So how's school?
Good.
Good? You going to have a great year?
Yes.
Better than last year?
Yes.
I'll bet you will, too. What kind of work goes into putting this together? This is phenomenal.
It's a great team, great people, good parents, great community. It's the best. It's really the best.
Well, there's a float over there that might want to contest that statement.
Never going to happen. It's never
No
gonna
contest.
happen. There is no contest. Look at this thing. It's what the kids. It's for the.
What's with all the pictures that I see?
All of these are the children for 4th graders for Guilford Lake School.
All 4th
Yes,
graders.
yes, yes.
Whether they're on the float or not, they get a
That's
picture.
right. They still get a picture. They're a part of our community. They're
that's
part of
great.
Guilford Lakes. Right?
All right. Well, you guys have done a phenomenal job. We'll look for you on the parade route. We're going to be situated in front of Guilford Savings. When you come around that corner there, look for us. All right? Great job, guys. Great job.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, I'm with another one of the fabulous floats in the parade this year.
you.
Your name is?
I'm Jenny Dean. We're from Melissa Jones School.
Melissa Jones. You're a parent or a teacher?
I'm a parent.
Parent. Okay. And you have, what, a 4th grader then?
I've got a 4th grader named Josie.
You do? Okay. Now, what went into this? I mean, when did you actually start doing
Oh,
this?
we actually started weeks ago, which is amazing. We had everything pre-built with different little committees. We had parents and kids painting the field. We had flowers getting bloomed out. We had all the kids in art class making their banners. And then last night, all 60 families came together at the LaFada's house and built it out.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was fabulous.
Sounds like you didn't have any fun at all.
No fun.
Yeah, I'll bet. But I bet it's a little trying at times to get everything organized and get it put together.
Absolutely. And
Where'd you get
never
the truck,
really
by the
know.
way?
So this is from LaFada Excavation. They are a family who's been serving this community for 60 years.
Yeah, and they're great guys.
They're the
They're
best.
great guys. Sal, the old man, my age, the old man.
Oh, we love Saul. And now we've got Anthony and Donna taking it over, and they've got 3 more kids coming through, Melissa Jones.
That's good. Well, you guys look great. The float looks fantastic, but I forgot, what school is this? I can't hear you. One more time. All right. Okay, once again, a tremendous float that's been put together. What school is this? Whoa.
We're so excited about exercise. We're doing jumping jacks off the float here.
I see that.
This is A.W. Cox Elementary School. Say hi, guys.
Wait a minute. I didn't hear him. What school is this? A.W. Cox. Now I heard you.
got it.
Okay, that's a lot. That's the loudest elementary school so far.
Right.
So far. And Peter, you are a teacher or a parent?
Principal. I'm the principal at the school. Yes.
Yeah, so how's it going?
And a parent.
All right.
Everything is going. It's my first parade here.
Well, I got to tell you, where is he? The guy, one of the guys that's helping us, the guy with the black shirt, his daughter, and his daughter-in-law, and his son-in-law all graduated from Cox School years ago, many years ago.
We have a great tradition.
They're all in their 40s
here.
now.
Great. Well, we're going to be there soon. You can say the exercise helping us grow, right? Yeah. Grow our minds and bodies at A.W. Cox.
I can tell you what. I can tell you from experience. It's a fabulous school. They do a fantastic job, and you have big shoes to fill. I mean,
I very much do, and we appreciate everything that's gone on at the school, and like I said, like you said, big shoes to fill. But Mr. Augustine set a great precedence here, and I hope I can do half as well as he did.
I'm sure you will. I'm looking at what's going on here today. I'm sure you're going to do great.
With kids like this, with a staff like we have at Cox, it's an easy job.
All right.
It's an easy job.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the parade route. All right?
Bye, guys. Jackson, say bye.
Okay, folks, I found another middle school. This is Baldwin Middle School, correct?
That's right, Baldwin.
Actually, the marshals were looking for you guys. Are you in the right spot here?
We're in the right spot, number 68.
Okay, that's important because, believe me, the organizers are very worse than you are at school as far as everything has to be structured.
That's good. They run a good show, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And you're the principal.
I am. Doug Hamill, the principal.
Yeah, Doug. And the guy behind the camera is actually a graduate of
Absolutely.
At Adams.
Good kid.
So what do you got going here?
So we have, for the first time, we have members of our 6th grade band riding the float, and the theme this year is Commit to be Fit. So they're going to play some music, and we have the rest of the student body organized by our PTO in sports activity wear, walking behind the float. So we're going to have a pretty big presence this year.
Well, it's really great to get the parents involved and have this really be a community involvement with the kids, the parents, the staff, and you guys.
Absolutely. And I got to give a big thank you to our PTO. They did a great job organizing the kids this year. We had after-school days to decorate the signs that you're going to see the kids holding during the parade, and Ms. Fonicello and our 6th grade band members are on the float, and it's a treat.
Yeah, you got a phenomenal music program there.
We sure do.
And your music director is phenomenal also.
Yes, they do a great job.
Yeah,
we're very
really
proud
do.
of that. Yeah.
The our experience, one grandchild actually graduated from, my kids did years ago, all right, but one grandchild left this year, now he's at Adams. Yes. Our experience has been very, 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 very positive. I mean, you guys do a phenomenal job, and I think in the long run, that's all going to carry with these kids throughout life.
Well, that's certainly our hope. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, I loved your end of the year ceremony also that you did. That was really neat.
Thank you. Yeah, that's it's a big deal for our kids and for our staff, and again, it's a way to send them off the right way to Adams Middle School.
And you and Mr. Ross are a good team.
We complement each other very, very well. Yeah, lots of fun. We have a lot of fun.
He thinks he's still an athlete. Look at him.
Yeah, well,
he's not. I can tell you that.
He pretends.
Yeah,
it's okay. We're going to let him keep believing it too.
All right. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. All right.
Talking to you.
Okay. I got to tell you, I've been doing interviews on Guilford Community Television for a lot of years, but I never interviewed a llama before. This is a llama, right?
This is a llama.
Okay, and what's this all about? You have a bunch of llamas.
We have a bunch of llamas. So these are Surrey llamas, and then they have the regular llamas down there. So these babies are only 10 months old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. This is Nebula, and this is Justin.
The mother must be happy this is over. These are big animals.
Yeah.
So, what's the point of all this? Are you part of the fair, or are you?
We are part of the fair. We do obstacles at the fair today, and public relations, and pack class, because you can put a pack on their back because they're pack animals. And then yesterday we did showmanship and halter classes. So today we're marching in the parade, and then we'll go back and show.
Oh, terrific. And what's with the Cupcake Meadows?
Cupcake Meadows is also the name of our farm. So they're Lakeside Feed, and we're Cupcake Meadows.
Okay,
And they're in
doing
Guilford.
You're doing this together?
We're all together.
Joint venture.
That's it. We're all
right.
together.
Terrific. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the parade route.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay.
Can I talk too?
He wants to say something. Come on over here.
Come on, Liam.
This is your llama?
Yeah, you should introduce Jenna.
Pal. Wait a minute. Wait 1 second. Are you ready? All right, you're ready. You're on. Okay, and you are?
I'm Liam. It's not on.
It's on.
I'm Liam Hibbard.
Okay, and who's this guy?
That's that's my llama, Jenna.
Jenna?
I like taking care of her very much.
Yeah. How old is Jenna?
How old is Jenna?
Jenna, these little guys here are 10 months old. I bet you're 2 years old. Is that about right? You say 2 years?
Maybe 2, maybe 4 years old.
Okay. And is there a lot of work taking care of a llama?
Yes, there is. I like taking care of this llama every day.
Okay. Well, I'll bet she appreciates it too. And this is Jenna, you said?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Well, thank you so much. Great to see you.
Is this for the news?
It's for GCTV.
Okay, folks, I am with some friends of the Guilford Library. Is that correct?
Exactly.
You are?
Valerie Parkinson.
Valerie?
And my granddaughter. Hannah Llewellyn.
Okay, and now I know you guys, you do unbelievable things.
Yes.
I mean, you're phenomenal. The amount of volunteerism that you have going in your group.
Absolutely.
And what the library does is just beyond all expectations. But you have a book sale coming up.
We do.
Tell us about it.
Well, we have thousands and thousands of volumes that we filter all year long and put them into different subject matter. We have vintage, we have children's, we have art, we have an enormous outpouring this year. We have been the beneficiaries of some beautiful estates, and so we have some highly desirable books. We also have a bake sale, which nets us about $1,500 a year, in addition to what we do with our books. And then the book sale goes to make up the default.
That was my next question. What do you do with the money?
Well, we have a $10,000 default this year. We lost some of our funding through Connecticut because
Not surprised.
Not surprised.
You know what? They're doing the budget now. You may lose more.
I know, and so we're concerned, but we want to keep going forward so that we can fund.
By the way, some politicians will be at the head of this parade.
Yeah.
Grab them by the neck and say,
Shall I do
"Don't
something
cut
with
us anymore."
No cut us anymore, because this is a cornerstone of our community. I actually moved here from Atlanta, Georgia, because of the library, the community itself,
And Guilford Community Television.
and Guilford Community Television. It's true, but this is an immense outpouring of support, and has been the whole 2 years I've been
Well, you know
working
what? You could go down a litany of assets of this town, and we could be here all day.
We could.
Yeah.
We could. But the library is wonderful, and I hope that everybody comes out and supports our book sale. We're going to have to probably scramble a bit with a hurricane. You know, may perhaps have to move everything indoors this year, but we're already on top of it, so don't let the weather slow
Now,
you
what's
down.
going to happen to Sandy? Sandy Ruoff.
To our Sandy, to our beloved Sandy, well, we hope to see her in higher places of further authority. She can continue to make a difference in our community from a different perspective.
She's running for political office.
She is.
Yeah. And what about her tenure at the library? Is that going to continue?
It depends on the outcome of the election, and there is a plan, and there's
Good friend, by the way, and
Wonderful
a
and-
fantastic Rotarian.
I know.
I have nothing but great things to say about
Yeah,
Sandy and what she does there and what she does in the community.
in the community. She's
Yeah.
a remarkable woman, and then we have our wonderful assistant librarian, Rob, who is equally committed to the community and full of good ideas and hard work.
And you got some other folks going to help you out today?
Well, we do. I think they're down at the end of the street. I think they didn't get and Dan Casey loaned me his car. I'm hoping that maybe this is a permanent.
Nice
gift.
car. You might not want to give it back.
I don't already.
All right.
Maybe that's my bonus for all this. hard
Yeah, there you go.
work.
There you go. Have a great parade.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Okay, folks, I found the Elizabeth C. Adams Middle School Orchestra.
Yes.
And you got a lot of kids here today. You are Mr. Jones.
yes.
You're the music director?
Yep.
And you are?
I'm just a parent with a child in orchestra.
Hey, just a parent. That's a big deal.
Without you, the students wouldn't be here.
You don't
right?
want to minimize that. Exactly. So what do you got here? How many kids?
So I think there are 82 students, at least there should be, playing cello, viola, violin, and bass. We actually have them playing bass guitar so that the big stand-up basses don't fall over as the truck moves. And we have our lead fiddle player up on top who's going to plug into her sound system in a couple minutes. And we're playing 4 fiddle tunes today. That's Kesh Jig, Road to Boston, appropriately, Old Joe Clark, and Angeline the Baker.
All right, well, we're going to be positioned across from Guilford Savings Bank.
Yep.
On that corner. You see us come around. I'd like to hear some music out of you guys at that point.
Oh.
I know it's hard to make the turn and play music at the same time, but if you can.
Well, they're just sitting, so I'll have them play the whole time. Their arms will be falling off by the end of the 45 minutes.
And now you have one of yours in this group?
I do.
Who?
Sophia Stanger.
Okay, and she is what grade?
She is right over there, a 7th grader, I'm sorry.
7th grade?
Yes.
Okay. That's your daughter there?
No, that's Catherine Hicks.
Where's your daughter?
Have Sophia stand up.
Okay, we'll catch her later. Oh, she's on the other side. And what instrument is she playing?
The violin.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, he's also in your program, I think. That's Lucas.
Oh, yeah, Lucas.
Yeah.
You play violin? Band.
Oh, you're not with them?
Oh, that's all right. We'll
Okay.
forgive you.
What do I know? I'm just a grandfather. Anyway, I know he's involved with a lot of music. That's the important thing. And you know what? Traditionally, historically, this school and this school system has been unbelievable as far as fine arts and right down the line.
But I've been lucky to be part of it, really.
So you got a lot of tradition behind you, but big shoes to fill also.
I know. Actually, I was a Guilford student.
Don't want to put any pressure on you, Mr.
I know,
Jones.
right? I was a Guilford student through middle school here, and my middle school orchestra teacher's grandson is now in the 7th grade orchestra. So it's a real fun kind of circle.
All right, so what school is this? Adam! I can't hear you. Adams! Adams what? Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, folks, as you can see, I'm with representatives from the Highland House, which is one of the
5
historic museums in the town of Guilford.
Yes.
And the others are?
The Griswold House,
Yeah.
the Medad Stone Tavern, the Henry Whitfield
Is it
State-
Medad or Medad?
Medad, Mad Dad.
I've heard both.
I'm not sure. You'll have to ask them for sure. And the Henry Whitfield State Museum and the Dudley Farm.
Yeah. And it's a very town in terms of its consciousness of its history and willingness to preserve its history. You guys are a big, big part of that. A lot of pressure on you guys to keep it up, right?
Yeah, so all 5 museums have gotten together and collaborated together, and we put on a very big thing for the public in July where we have a 2-day event where all 5 museums are open, and it's a great price, and there's all sorts of hands-on and demonstrations and whatnot. But we also have at the Highland House some upcoming events. We have a hearth cooking event where you can learn how to hearth cook in your historic house if you happen to have one, or if you're just interested in hearth cooking. We also have a huge fundraiser coming up that is trying to raise money to repair the roof of the Highland House.
Yeah, I can imagine. You're talking about old buildings now.
Yes.
Who does the work there? You have groups within your organization that do it, or do you hire out? What do you do?
We have.
You need to talk
Yeah.
to the
No, this is okay.
We have specific carpenters who are well versed in historic homes, and they repair homes.
Yeah,
like
it has
that.
to be repaired in a certain way too.
Exactly.
I mean, we're not
exactly.
using
It's
a lot of
timber
power
frame.
tools and nails and
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
it's
right?
it's a timber frame, so yes, everything is all wood.
Yeah. Well, I give you a lot of credit for all that you do, and the fact that the town of Guilford is what it is, in part at least, because of the tremendous amount of effort that you guys put into that.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Good luck with preservation.
Thank you.
All right, and I'll see you on the parade route.
Sounds good.
Okay, folks, I am with the Brantford Town Band. And you are?
I'm Kathy Bonka.
I
I'm
should
the
know that
director.
by now.
Yeah.
We've had this interview how many years now?
It's 15 plus.
Yeah, I will say.
15 plus.
Yeah, you've been doing it a long time. And you got a great group here today. I think bigger than normal.
Bigger than normal. The reputation of the parade is just going, and people wanted to be part of it today. So we're having a blast.
And the reputation that you have as a, I mean, how often do you get to, I mean, how do you get a band of community people? How do you do that?
We're working on it. We're always looking for new members, and we rehearse Wednesday night at Walsh Intermediate School. And it's just a lot of fun, and people know people, and they say, Wednesday night, come on down to Walsh, and we have people
Once a
playing.
week you do it?
Once a week, 7:15 to 9.
Yeah, so it's a nice social event.
Oh, very much so. People from all walks of life. People that played music when they were in junior high and high school come back.
Haven't
and
picked
start-
up a tuba in 20 years or
no,
30
they
years or
always
whatever.
say I haven't played, and they start playing, and we have a blast. We just love making music. So
Well, we love listening to your music too. You were just playing something that I interrupted. You want to get them going again?
we're going to start again. We are doing music today to exercise to. Louie Louie, Born to be Wild, Saints Go Marching In, and Hello Dolly.
Commitment to fitness is the theme.
Yes.
Or
and this is the
commit to be
music.
fit. Yeah.
And this is the music you can work out to. So hopefully we're going to get the people on the parade route.
All right, if I wanted to get them started on that, how would I do that?
You got to stand up, wave your arms.
Stand up, and then what? Ready?
60.
All right.
Guys, 60.
1, 2, 3, go. That's it. Thank you. Okay, folks, the theme this year is commit to be fit. I believe that's the theme, the correct?
That's right, Tony, yeah.
Okay, and I'm with John Seville and his wife, Patty. And John, give me who's more fit than this guy? Look at him. Unbelievable. You would be the appropriate person to be involved in the parade and to be riding in this car.
Well, I mean, I was honored, Tony. Alan Jacobs gave me the call back in March and said the Rotary Club and some of the other folks had asked about having me be possibly the brand marshal because the theme was commit to be fit. And it said everybody pretty much unanimously said, we got to call you. So I was just honored with that.
Yeah. Well, this is only one thing. John is, which many people know, is involved in so many, Patty, you know this.
Absolutely.
You guys are both involved in so many things in town. Gratis in many cases.
Yep.
I mean, you have businesses, you're a DJ, obviously that's important to you. You also have your entertainment company, which is important, and your fitness company.
Yeah, we're a wellness company as well. I mean, our job, it's our mission to be able to go out and help a lot of people get the toxic products out of their homes and bodies, and we really have a major passion for that.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously to be involved to that extent to so many different things and to be available for all the nonprofits that you're involved with. I mean, I know you do a lot of great stuff in the community.
Well, that's what makes the world go round. Absolutely. Being able to give back to other people when they've helped you come up to where you are.
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of volunteerism in the town of Guilford. You're tremendous examples and
Yes.
the leadership that you provide for other volunteers.
Thank you. We really enjoy it.
Well, this town has been really good to us, Tony. I've lived here pretty much all my life, call it my hometown, and to be here, hometown parade among all family and friends. I mean, what an honor this is to be here today for Guilford Fair weekend.
Yeah, and to be in the parade.
Right.
As
we got a Cadillac here.
As a kid, did you ever think you'd ever be in this parade?
No, I didn't. But it's a real honor, and I'm just really excited about the parade today.
Well, I got to tell you, when I started doing this, I was a kid. Now I'm old.
You're still a kid,
No,
though.
no.
Age is just a number, Tony. Come
Well,
on.
unfortunately, the gray has set in, and you know what? We've been up and down the parade route. The enthusiasm this year is out of sight.
Awesome.
And the weather held up, too. I mean, it's a little overcast,
good.
but nice breeze, but it's cool, and it's going to be a great day for the parade.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you out there. I know a lot of people want to see you. You'll be stopped along the way. People will be shaking hands and hugging you and stuff like that.
I do my best to Chris, too.
I will. Good to see you, John. Okay, folks. You're on, Lucas. We're waiting we're minutes away from the start of the parade, which begins at the corner of Water Street and Whitfield Street. The parade route then makes it around Whitfield Street over towards Broad Street and down towards us over here. So that's the route. It'll take several minutes before they actually get here. In the meantime, I just wanted to take a few minutes to thank a lot of people that have participated in this parade over the years. I've had, I don't know how many camera people. The most recent of which is Lucas has been doing camera. And I've had my son-in-laws, Matt and Charlie, do camera, and they've helped out with this production. Donald Beckler has been involved with it for 10 years, at least. And prior to that, Bob Shepard for 10 years, going back even further, Jim Kleinkoff. I mean, a whole bunch of people that have really participated in the parade. But I would be remiss if I didn't bring to your attention the fact that GCTV's coverage of this parade began somewhere around 1980s, the late 1980s. And at that point, it was Bob Vanderweide, the late Bob Vanderweide, who was the impetus and the energy behind all of this. And he had a million different technical ideas and different things that he tried to do to make this better and more enjoyable for people at home. And at the time, who knew? We were just having fun. Sarah Page Kurz was a part of this for a while with me, doing on camera. It's just a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun over the years, but I did want to recognize that Bob actually was the one that started this. And here I am 27 or 28 years later, and I'm going to be giving you my swan song now, but this is going to be the last year that I'm involved. In the future, there will be other people that will take this over. GCTV is already organizing that, and Shannon Gale, who is the manager over there, will be putting the people together to actually produce this in the future. So, with that said, I do want to mention that the committee, who you met, many of the committee people, the two chair people being Nancy and Suzanne, they handed me a list of award winners because the floats are all recognized for the work that they have put in to make their floats what they are. And the schools that participated were A.W. Cox, Melissa Jones, Guilford Lakes, Calvin Leet, and Baldwin. I think we got all 5 of those schools on tape during the assembly route. Each of them qualified for an award. And the award that they got for Best Design, and so the note here is that the students designed their float to represent the theme of the parade. The theme this year is Commit to be Fit. And that was A.W. Cox. A.W. Cox won that award. The second award that was presented was for the best student workmanship. Student involvement in building the float is the most evident. So the judges obviously had a very difficult job trying to get around and see all of the floats and judge them properly. But the recipient for that award, the best student workmanship, was Calvin Leet. Another award was given to Melissa Jones, and they got the award for the best use of props. And we are going to see all of these as they come around. We're going to make sure that we highlight that even further. Baldwin got the award for best costumes, the best use of costumes. And they had a tremendous group as well. Most creative, which I like, the most creative. Students have used their ideas and imagination to make their float unique. And that went to Guilford Lakes. So again, best design, Calvin went to A.W. Cox. Best student workmanship, Calvin Leet. Best use of props, Melissa Jones. And best use of costumes, Baldwin Middle School. And most creative, Guilford Lakes. So congratulations to all of the participants in putting those floats together. Parents, staff, students especially, and the enthusiasm. You're going to see the enthusiasm when they come by. I don't think I've been doing this for a long time. I haven't seen this much enthusiasm on the assembly route as we saw today. So with that, we're going to take a quick break, and I see the parade route has already made its way to the corner of Whitfield and Broad Street, and they'll be here in a couple of minutes. So we'll take a break, Lucas, and we'll come right back. Okay, folks, as you can see, the parade has made its way over to Park Street. And right now it's approaching the corner of Park. And what's the name of the street? I've talked to so many people today, I'm confused. And Boston Street. So this actually, for us, is the start of the parade. And as is customary, the Guilford Police Department leads the parade. And they are followed by the color guard of the VFW Post 7666 Auxiliary, which was chartered in 1946, which coincidentally, just so you know, I was chartered in 1946. So a terrific start. Great to see them. And then behind them is are the elected officials, which this year, unlike like most years, I guess, is going to be a very interesting political season. We haven't had a primary in this town for a few years that I can remember, and we had one this time, and we have the 2 first selectman candidates waving at us right now. Oh, and hugging each other. Terrific. That's what we like to see. All right. This is the Yalesville Senior Ancient Fife and Drum Corps, celebrating its 100th year of active participation in statewide events. And Grand Marshal, who you met earlier in this program, John Seville and Patty. Great to see you guys. Got a big gap here. Terrific, John, Cadillac Seville, and Patty. And you know, it's already been stated, John runs a number of different businesses, and he is a very popular country DJ on WWYZ, Country 92.5 FM in Hartford. He's the president of John Seville Entertainment Company, and he has his wellness company, which does extremely well. So he's just a busy, busy guy. But with all that, he still finds the time to participate and to be very, very generous with his time, as does his wife, Patty, because many times they work together on a lot of what John is involved in. Okay, now there is a large gap in the which happens, you know. This isn't, you know, this parade is what it is. It's a bunch of people that get together and organized by the Guilford Rotary Club under the leadership of Nancy Bishop and Suzanne Locke, two very involved and very busy Rotarians. And I'm happy to say that they did take it over, as has been noted many, many times. Previous to that 25 years, this parade was organized and run by Frank Ivkovic and Stephen Page, and they just gave their blood. I mean, this is built up into something super, super important and super enjoyable, I think, for the Guilford community. When the next entry to the parade comes along, it looks as though the rest have caught up. And part of this is because the assembly route actually was Whitfield Street, but it was also on Water Street, it was on Norton, it was on High Street, all the side streets leading into Whitfield. So not only did they have to move the people in a proper order down Whitfield Street, but also had to integrate them as they came around the corner from these other side streets. So bottom line is there is a little bit of a gap here. But once this next entry comes by us, I think we'll see that they've closed that gap for the future, for the rest of the parade. Now, the next entry is Guilford Savings Bank. It needs to be stated and restated and never understated, the fact that they are so important to this parade and have been over the years, because for many, many years they were the only financial sponsor. They picked up the tab. And you say, well, what does a parade cost? It's a Citizens Day parade. It's a bunch of citizens and a bunch of businesses, local people getting together and parading around town. No. It's much more than that. It's more in the sense that there's financial obligation, there's insurance expenses, there's prizes that have been awarded, and there are fees that have been paid to all of the fife and drum groups. So there's lots of money goes out. And Guilford Savings Bank for many, many years was the one and only sponsor, financial supporter of this. And, you know, not only of the Guilford Parade, the Guilford Fair Parade, I started to say Guilford Citizens Day Parade because it was that for many years, but the Guilford Fair Parade, not only that, they are just involved in so many things. The financial contributions they make to so many different nonprofits in town is phenomenal. And not just Guilford. I mean, they've got branches in Old Saybrook and Brantford and, you know, up and down the shoreline, Madison. So it's just a phenomenal amount of community involvement by Guilford Savings Bank, and we are all very, very appreciative of everything they do. And as Tim Geelan said, the president, serving our local community is at the forefront of what we do and how we operate. And that was a quote from CEO Tim Geelan. We should pay a little bit more interest on my savings account, Tim, but in the meantime, goodbye. And there is Bill Green. You still get that thing running? Oh my God! It's almost as old as you now. Bill Green, part of the agricultural group. And the Guilford Agricultural Society is what Bill is representing, I guess. And then we have the Interact kids from the Guilford Rotary Club. Guy Tomasi, our incoming president next year. Good to see you, Guy. And Pat Todd's car. You can see. Pat, oh boy, a lot of Rotarians and Rotarian involvement. How you doing, guys? Quickly, I want to mention that obviously the Guilford Rotary Club is a big part of the Guilford community. Pat Todd, great to see you. Great to see you all. You see on the side of that car, they're advertising the fact that we have our rose sale coming up. That'll be coming up in the next month or so. So you will see lots of information and lots of publicity about the rose sale, which is, we sell roses that come from Roses for Autism. So it becomes a win-win situation for the community and for Roses for Autism. We buy their roses, we sell them, we make money, they make money, it's a win-win. So when somebody knocks on your door or calls you up or asks your business to buy roses for your staff or whatever, pay attention, because this is a really big, important fundraiser. Guilford High School coming around the corner. How about that for Guilford High School? Look at the numbers. And this is, now we have a lot of entries, obviously, from the local fire department. Guilford Fire Department, what do we do without them? What a bunch of fantastic people they are, both regulars and volunteers. And just look down the line. Look at what's going on Park Street right now. As far as I can see, there are a number of vehicles and apparatus that are available for the safety and welfare of the Guilford community. I mean, how phenomenal is that? Look at this. A small town like Guilford, Connecticut, 23,000 people. Look at the enthusiasm, look at the commitment we have from the fire department. And you know what? These firefighters take their life in their hands every time they get on that vehicle to leave and go somewhere to protect you or your property. Great job, looking good. I have, while the number of vehicles passes by, I'll just repeat one more time the award winners that were recognized by the Guilford Rotary Club's judging committee. And best design for a float went to A.W. Cox. The float with best student workmanship went to Calvin Lee. Best use of props, Melissa Jones. Baldwin Middle School got the award for best use of costumes, and Guilford Lakes, most creative. So those were the awards that were given out today, and congratulations again to all of the folks that participated in organizing the float. And you know, I'm remiss by not recognizing the number of huge flatbeds that were made available for these various schools. free of charge. I mean, these people just stepped up and participated, and congratulations to all of them. Again, I wish I had a list of who they were, because they deserve an awful lot of credit as well. And kudos to the organizers, to the staff of the various schools, to the parents, and especially to the students. Yeah, and that last apparatus is one of the ones you hope that you never see, but if you do have to see it or have to use it, you'd be glad it's them, because these guys are great. How am I doing?
Everyone knows you, you know everybody, so
All right, the next group that's coming down here is actually the 12th entry, and I think there's like 100 entries. I think that's what we have today. We're on number 12 right now. This group is the Milford Volunteers Ancient Fife and Drum Corps. They are directed by Patty Deere and majored by John D'Amico Jr. I don't know that we've had the Milford Volunteers Ancient Fife and Drum Corps before. Scared the hell out of you too. But this particular group is comprised of families dedicated to the perpetuation and preservation of ancient art of fifing and drumming. And we'll listen to them as they go by. Okay, so how about the Guilford Agricultural Society? The Guilford Agricultural Society has a number of different apparatus and vehicles that they've entered into the parade, as they do every year. I mean, and I guess going way back 158 years ago, it was primarily an agricultural society participation in the parade. This year, like the other 157, they've got great numbers, great enthusiasm, and phenomenal amount of participation from the volunteers that are involved with the Agricultural Society.
That's awesome.
Again, the theme this year of the parade is Commit to be Fit. And I guess that all starts with eating properly. And you're looking at the people that make it possible for you to eat properly. Except for Donald Beckler, who's sitting next to me, I'm working on his 5th bag of popcorn. 5! Unbelievable. and he's on a diet. On top of it. So we saw one vehicle earlier. I thought that was the entry for the Agricultural Society. I was surprised to see only one, because they come out in numbers, and you can see that right now. I got to be 25 different vehicles from various farms, not only in Guilford, although the majority of them are in Guilford, but I see there's Medland Farm, for example, that's in Brantford on the way to Stony Creek. this little girl?
This is Libby.
Libby, how
What's
are
your
you?
name?
Are you having fun with Daddy?
You're having a great time with him.
All right, good job. Good seeing you. How you doing? You know what number this is? You know what number this is about? I'm trying to catch up with everyone. They're still coming. There's more. There's more and more and more. You know what's really neat is to see all these little kids too, because that ensures that the future of the agricultural aspect of the town of Guilford is going to be preserved too, as these kids get involved. And we saw, I think her name was Libby, little girl, 3 years old, riding with her dad. Okay, right behind the Agricultural Society is Guilford Boatyards. And they help new and experienced boaters make great memories of wonderful times on the water with boat rentals, sales, both new and used sales, and really nice people. I got to say, too, they have been tremendous supporters of the Guilford Rotary Club. They have been a sponsor of our Lobster Fest each June for many, many years now. I like that Triumph. Joseph, how do you like that Triumph? Wow, that is a beauty. And that can be rented. There's a sign on the back that says it's for sale or for rent. And behind the Guilford Boatyard is the Higginham Haddam Fife and Drum Corps. Higginham Haddam Fife and Drum Corps was organized in 1971, as noted on the flag carried by on the banner carried by that lead person, and performs in parades and musters and all over the state. I'm gonna hold you up. How you doing, Keith? Great to see you. About time you got a real job. Get out of the office there. Get on the lot. Bishop Orchard, another organization in town. Obviously, a fabulously successful business, very important to the town of Guilford, but big volunteers and involved in so many community nonprofit groups as well. This is a joint effort of, I'm not sure what now. This is still Bishop's. Oh, Bishop's, I see what they're doing. Okay, they have all the kids in there. The little girl at the last car there is ready to fall asleep. Wake up! The joint effort is an exercise concept that started here in Guilford in 2013, and now they have locations in Old Saybrook and Brantford. Low impact guided exercise programs to help people from the age of 50 who are new or returning to exercise. Well, I could use that. Seashore Construction Company. Hi guys, really looking good. Love that horse. I may have bet on that horse about 20 years ago up at Saratoga. Here's Seashore here. Good job, guys. Love the vehicle. Let's find out what it is. 1927?
Dodge Brothers.
Dodge, beautiful. Great kid. How long have you owned it?
Oh, I don't know, probably 18 years.
Wow, it's in great shape. Cradles to Crayons. Cradles to Crayons. Members of the Cradles to Crayons staff and children and families are marching together. This group was organized in 1978. It's a private early childhood center and been around since '78, but it seems longer. They just are very successful. They've done a great job in the town of Guilford. And behind them are the Sailing Masters of 1812. The Sailing Masters of 1812 is an ancient fife and drum corps based in Essex. The corps was founded in 1963 as the Essex Fife and Drum Corps. It's now called the Sailing Masters of 1812. And how about this organization? How about Sarah?
I'm Sarah.
How are you?
Good.
What would Guilford be without Sarah? I mean, guys, phenomenal.
Ocean. Yeah.
You look great.
Oh, thank you so much.
Great group. Great to see you.
so much.
Okay. And here we have Community Nursing School, Community Nursery School, Community Nursery School. I think. Oh, there it is. It's back there. So I missed somebody. Who did I miss here?
That's Sarah.
Oh, that was Sarah. That's the Sarah float. Okay, gotcha. I thought they were just marching. They also have their float. And then behind them is the Community Nursery School. This is a cooperative preschool located in Guilford, founded in 1955 by a group of dedicated parents seeking an active role in preschool education for their children. Great turnout. Love the blue. Kids Hugs. Kids Hugs is a non-profit organization that meets monthly at the Women and Family Life Center. And they support children who have a seriously ill or impaired parent. So they give that much needed support at a time when obviously it's very needed. And children express themselves and form bonds through expressive arts and crafts, while parents meet separately to draw support from each other. So that's a good deal. Love the Saab. You're not going to see too many Saabs much longer. That's Moroso, and I don't see them on my list here, but it's great to see them in the parade. And coming up behind them is the Branford Town Band. Tara. Over here. I'm trying to get two of your graduates to come out here and talk about North Guilford Nursery School, because many, many years ago, those two young ladies over there were graduates of your school.
Really?
And I'm thankful for that, because I'm their father.
Well, it's very nice to meet you.
Okay.
My name is Lisa, and this is Emma. She currently attends North Guilford Nursery School. This is her first year. Can you
You're
say
in nursery
hi?
school? All right, very good.
Yes.
Great to see you.
It's
Nice
good.
turnout.
Thank you.
Okay.
Unified Sports. Unified Sports.
What is this?
Unified Sports.
Unified Sports. Oh my God, what a group. There's the remnants of, I think, North Guilford Nursery School and the Guilford Garden Club. Judy, how are you? How you doing, guys? I want to go back to Unified Sports. Went by kind of quickly. Unified Sports is a registered program of Special Olympics that combines athletics and athletes and partners on teams for training and competition. And I'll get back to that in a second. The Guilford Masons are coming by at this point. Boy, the parade is really moving along now, very quickly. Okay, the Masons. This is the Guilford Masons of St. Albans Lodge, number 38. And it's a fraternal brotherhood of men in our community who seek to make good men better through the bonds of brotherly love and fidelity, and with the help and direction from deity. So that's, I guess this is still part of the Masons. Yeah, these are the Masons. But getting back to, oh boy. Getting back to Unified Sports, I just want to mention that they meet for the entire academic year, and the team shares one language, sports. Being on a unified sports team is an additional means of carrying out and fulfilling the mission of Special Olympics. Okay, and now we have the Chester Fife and Drum Corps, established in 1868. It's celebrating its 150th anniversary. Don't stop now. How about Guilford football and the cheering squad? This is Guilford youth cheerleading. They range in age from 9 to 14. Behind them is the Guilford High School boys ice hockey team. How's the team look this year? You got a lot of tradition behind you. You got a lot of good teams. Looking good. Oh, I didn't realize that. Guilford High School hockey was state champions 2016, 2017. Yeah, they've had a nice program in Guilford for a lot of years. All right, now we have the Guilford Arts Center, and 2017 marks their 50th anniversary of providing opportunities for all to experience the benefits of creative arts. What do you got coming? Anything good? What's coming up?
While she's
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Go get her if you can get her. All right.
So what's new with you guys? What do you got coming up?
So we always have classes going all year round.
Yeah.
We have
Even for people like me with two thumbs?
All ages, all abilities, all are welcome. For children and adults.
All right.
And then we've got our holiday sale coming up in our shop. So
Terrific.
that's
Well, we'll look
November,
forward.
December.
I know my wife's ready for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, terrific. Who did I miss? Who's this? Commit to be fit. Okay, look at this. Connecticut Shoreline what? Oh, the Peace Alliance. The Peace Alliance. Oh, this group is out here every Saturday morning. Unbelievable. Reminding us that there's two sides to every issue. And they certainly have their right, and they do a tremendous job, and they have tremendous commitment. The Peace Alliance is a grassroots community organization that supports limiting military spending and converting military industries to environmentally clean and socially useful present. Now we have the Deep River Junior Ancients Fife and Drum Corps. North Guilford Congregational Church, established in 1720. Donald, you were a little boy in 1720. Yeah, 1720. And that's a beautiful, beautiful building that's located on in North Guilford on the top of Ledge Hill. Just a beautiful location, tremendous views, and 1720. That is, by the way, they're located on one of the highest points in the town of Guilford. It's the oldest continually used church in Guilford. All right, what do we got here? Girl Scouts. These are Girl Scouts? I would love one of those. North Guilford Congregational Church is giving me the most important thing to me right now, and that is water. Thank you so much.
Hello, you're very welcome. I'm Judith Cook. I'm actually the pastor at the North Guilford Congregational Church.
You know who that is?
That is Jean Green, one of
No.
people.
That is Mean Jean Green, the dancing machine.
Really?
Did you know that? Jean, how are you? Good to see you. Oh boy, I just blew it. I don't know where I am on the program now, but the Girl Scouts went by, the Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts. And so what we have here is the Girl Scouts Troop 62306, Cub Scouts Pack 472, Cub Scout Pack 475, and Boy Scout Troop 474. And they had their strawberry social already in June. That's a big event on the green as well. Okay, so now I'm caught up again. Westbrook Drum Corps was organized in 1910 and has been performing throughout New England and New York from March through December. They host one of the largest fife and drum musters in the world on the fourth Saturday in August, with corps attending from New England, New York, and the Eastern Seaboard. And here they are. Martial arts. Make it. Hi, Pat. How are you, Matt? Good to see you all. Hi, guys.
Can you introduce someone?
Haven't seen you in ages.
How are you?
And your husband retired, I heard.
It's wonderful. Yes, he did.
Are you still married?
Yes, we are.
Oh, all right. Ted Kennedy.
Can you interview my friend?
Yeah. What do you want me to do? Hi guys. Come over here. You know Lucas?
Yes, I do.
How do you know Lucas?
He's one of my friends from school.
Oh, is he a friend?
Kinda.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, the Democrats had a huge turnout. And as I said earlier, this is going to be a very interesting political season, following the fact that we had our first primary in many years on the Republican side. So now you have Mackenzie and Hoey. Hey, Pat, you finally got a job. Do you hire out? Pat Woodlett's a tremendous representative for us over the years in the state legislature, General Assembly. She was, I think, 20 years or 22 years, if I'm not mistaken. Did a tremendous job for us. Okay, now we have, all right, these are the Guilford 5 historic museums. And I'm not going to try to repeat what was given to us earlier in that interview, but there are 5 historic museums in town that work tirelessly to preserve the tradition and the history of the town of Guilford. And they got a bunch of stuff coming up also, and they have different events during the course of the year to raise funds. And the funds obviously go right back in. There's nobody there that's getting rich on on their foundation. What should be noted is that the buildings that they occupy are all very, very old and require a lot of maintenance. Okay, now we have the Adams Middle School Orchestra. And they're playing traditional American and Irish fiddle tunes. And here they come. Guilford Land Conservation Trust. It's all volunteer, nonprofit, and what they do is they work to preserve land. They take what are the natural resources and try to keep them that way. And they also spend a lot of time with education, and they're involved with a lot of town groups as well, trying to let everybody know. And there we go with the chimney sweeps. Since 1965, the Guilford Land Conservation Trust has protected nearly 3,000 acres in the town of Guilford. There's the nutmegger, and it's the 27th year. I asked him if he knew how many years. 27 years they've been a part of this parade. So I think I remember the 27th year. Mackenzie, all right. Ken Mackenzie. As I said, it's going to be a very, very interesting year, to say the least. And the Republicans have a great turnout as well. So this is going to be a great year. All right, then we have the Friends of the Guilford Library. Come over here. You have a tremendous book sale coming up.
We do, hurricane or no hurricane.
And what's the date of the book sale?
It starts next Friday, the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd.
Half price on the Sunday.
Half price on Sunday.
And you're raising that money to put back into the library.
That's right. Yeah, $50,000.
$50,000 to buy books.
Great job. Adams Middle School. Adam. Fantastic numbers here. What do you got? How many kids?
About 70 this year.
Wow, good turnout. They sound great. Wow, they're coming right away now. Here's Guilford Civic Women. And this is a nonprofit organization comprised of women who gather on a regular basis and hold events that raise funds to help individuals and groups in need in Guilford and surrounding shoreline towns. So what do we got here?
We have next.
You are?
I'm Mary Norris with the
And
Guilford
this
Civic
is?
Women. This is we're having our annual Harvest Festival next weekend on the Green with the Apple Crisp and lots of
Nice event.
Yep, nice event.
Yeah.
Live music, lots for the kids, bounce house, touch a truck.
All right.
Children's craft.
I'll read this again later.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. All right, then we have Crop Walk. Crop Walk has been involved in this in forever. And the 16th annual Crop Walk is 1:30 on Sunday, October 1st. And they're asking people to walk or sponsor a walker to fight hunger locally and globally. You meet at the Guilford Green in front of the Christ Episcopal Church. You walk 4 miles or 1.8 miles for those with walking problems. And big fundraiser. This is my friend the llama.
I can pet them. Oh, they're beautiful.
You're not talking now. We got an interview with that llama earlier. Okay, Our Lady of Mercy School is coming around the corner. Which group is this?
Our Lady of Mercy.
Our Lady of Mercy. Okay, that's a K-8 school located in Madison. Lady of Mercy, they educate the whole child, physically, academically, and spiritually. And therefore, this year's theme is superheroes, the STREAM team. At Our Lady of Mercy, STREAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics is the cornerstone of their curriculum. And you are?
Isi Cejas.
You are who?
Isi Cejas. I'm the president of the Parent Association.
Okay, and as president, what does that mean?
That means we are in charge of getting all the families together and do community events, do community things.
And you got a good group here today?
Yes, we had a really good turnout.
Good to see you. Thank you. All right, Guilford Community Fund. Now, this is a group that raises 130, 140, 150,000 every single year and gives all of it right back to the community, all of it. And they do that. Peter Palumbo, good to see you, Peter. How is your tenure going?
Good job.
All right.
Good job.
Peter's the honorary chairman this year. Look at this group. And Guilford, and this is some of the groups that they actually support. There's 21 or 22 agencies that receive funding from the Guilford Community Fund. That 140, 150,000 a year gets divvied up between all these groups. And they do it year after year after year, and you'll be hearing from them pretty quickly because, wow, another group got involved. This is all part of the Community Fund. Good to see you. How you doing, Mark? Got any pizza?
Wonderful.
Did you bring any pizza? No, I'm hungry. Pasta vest.
Oh boy, they got a lot of groups out. Wow.
What a group! Look at the numbers they got. Just incredible. How you doing, guys? So this is the men's club. The men's group. The men's group.
Yep.
Tell me about the men's group.
So
that camera there about the men's
yeah,
group.
this is the St. George Men's Group. We've been together about 4 years now, and we're up to 75 members here in town in Guilford, and we do a number of community activities.
How's your Italian?
It went really well. It was great.
I was out of town. I missed
the weather was beautiful for us. The food, of course, is always fantastic. All handmade. Meatballs, eggplant, everything was fantastic. And so I think everybody came out and had a good time. And we had a golf tournament to help education in town, a number of different events that we
All right, good job.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Take care.
I missed the group. Not sure who they are, but I missed them. Whoa, where are we? Guilford Little League? I missed it, the animal-assisted therapy. Wow, they partner together to offer high-quality instruction in horsemanship and horseback riding to children and adults. And here comes the Little League. It's a great example of how we encourage children in the town of Guilford to commit to be fit and also take two and hit to right. Canceled last minute. All right, here comes the Guilford Racket and Swim Club, who we actually met on the assembly route, and they told us something about what they do. But basically, they're primarily a membership-based club, offering opportunities to be fit and spend time with your family. Great pool there, great tennis lessons. Good job. Get it? Okay, Boulder Middle School. Beautiful float they put together. Truck donated by Palumbo Trucking of North Branford. Oh, now they're playing. Mr. Ross is the assistant principal.
Yes.
At Baldwin, and it's great to see you here. So how are things going?
Great,
How's the year?
fantastic. It's fantastic. Things are going very smoothly.
Yeah.
Loving it. It's so good to have the kids back. It's fun.
I'm not surprised too that it's going smoothly. You
Yes.
guys do a great job there.
Thank you so much.
St. Mary's School. What do we got here? This is the Stylettes drill team. They were incorporated in 1995 under the direction of Ms. Dorothy Dove. Give me that. I could do that.
Good to see you.
How you doing? Good to see you again. How great is this guy? Well, you would have guts to do that. Calvin Lee. Well, I'll tell you, my two grandchildren have had tremendous experience at Calvin Lee and all the school. My kids run through the school system. You can't beat the education in this town is equal to or better than anything that I know about anywhere else. And I do a lot of business up and down the shoreline. So, all right, next we have the This is the Stylet Stroll team. No, no, it's not. It's Moodus. All right, that was the Moodus Drum and Fife. And they've been around a long time also. And they've been participating in this parade for many years as well.
I figured if he was here, you'd be here too.
Now we have Melissa Jones School, the elementary school, overflowing with school spirit and excitement. Hi guys. How are you? A lot of people out there on the parade route? A lot of people? Yeah. All right, this is Cox School. And what they did was they took a picture of every kid in the 4th grade, and every kid's picture is on the float. Is that Cox School? Or was that Melissa Jones?
Well, let's see.
Oh, I think that was Melissa Jones. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. That was Melissa Jones. Well, the information here is slightly out of order, which is okay. I hope you get the idea of what's coming by, and I hope you get the flavor of the music and the excitement of all the people that are participating. Here's Stony Creek Drum Corps. So this is Melissa Jones. So we've had our schools slightly mixed up, but this is Melissa Jones. And Jones, again, a tremendous elementary school in town, one of 4. Listen to these kids, listen to that enthusiasm. All right, so now I believe this is Cox School, A.W. Cox. All 3 of my kids are graduate of A.W. Cox. Hey, what school is this? A.W. Cox! Get here! What school? All right! With a bunch of parents. Following behind, we have the Shoreline Arts Alliance behind them. And they promote, exhibit, and perform the arts with a particular Guilford focus of Shakespeare on the Green. And last but not least, the Guilford Rotary Club. And this is the committee that now has taken over organization, and they have done a phenomenal job of putting this parade together. And besides which, all the stuff that we do. Reef, you got a big event coming up. You got a rose sale coming up.
We got the Rotary Rose Sale coming up. It's the last 2 weekends in October.
Okay.
And we'll be putting up signs and talking to people.
And you got Al Jacobs with you. That's a good thing.
Al wants to race.
All right, well, no racing here.
That's their new cars, like Jim. They both have cars.
They both got them, yeah. That's a Mazda Miata.
No, that's the new one.
Yeah. And Reef got one too.
I know.
Yeah. Hey, Frankie, hang on for a second. All right, so that's the end of this parade, guys. All I can say is I hope that you've enjoyed the parade, and my apologies to those who I screwed up that we're covering by introducing a wrong school or giving wrong information about your organization. I hope my apologies for that. And the main thing is, if you participated or you were a part of this or you watched it in some way, you have great memories, and I have great memories as well. So with that, let's wrap this up for 2017. Thanks for watching. Tony Fapiano here, and thanks to Donald Beckler. Thanks to Charlie. Yeah, good to see you, Donald. And my cameraman for the majority, that's 99% of this, has been Lucas Espinoza. Thanks very much, Lucas. I appreciate it. With that, we'll wrap this up. Thank you for watching.